Hello and welcome to the Red Glare Podcast. My name is Daniel Fritsch. This is episode 2 of the Red Glare Podcast. This weekend saw the Texans face off against the team that they played in that second preseason game, the Los Angeles Rams. It's so memorable, these preseason games. I just can't stop thinking about them. The Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay's Los Angeles Rams. Now see, if I speak right into the microphone, you get a certain sound. But if I'm back here and I'm gesticulating, I'm really worked up. You guys really want to see that ceiling fan in the video. That's a big part of the show is being able to see the ceiling fan. What does it look like? How many rotor blades does it have? What's it doing? Is it on? It's got the little thing dangling there. It's a big part of the appeal. I understand. You got to see the ceiling fan. So that's what you have there. Now this weekend, I work out of town and I work Monday through Friday, and then I drive home and am able to spend the weekends with my family, with my wife and my kids. And this weekend was no exception. So I get home, I watched the Texans Friday night. On Saturday, I had a few errands I needed to run. I needed to get my oil changed. I asked my 6-year-old, "Do you want to come with me to get my oil changed? Come to Walmart." And he's all about it. He loves Walmart, and so I'm able to kill a few birds with that stone. Right, I can get my oil changed, spend some time with the boy, get my wife's vegetables grocery shopping out of the way while the car's getting the oil changed. So we head to Walmart, kids excited, get the car in for the oil change. We make our way all through the shopping list. I'm terrible at finding things. Almond butter, where would that be? And ultimately we get all the stuff that we need, and my son makes out like a bandit because in the clearance aisle we found this doggy-doo game where the point of the game is you get a dog to crap and you collect the crap, and the winner at the end of the game is the player that had the most crap. Now see, if I was designing the game, it would have been the player with the least amount of crap at the end of the game would have been the winner. But what do I know, right? I don't know games. So we get to where it's time to check out. We got everything on the list. I even brought a pen because I'm terrible at getting everything that I'm supposed to get. And as we got everything, I scratched it off. I was like, okay, we got our watermelon, we got our cucumbers, we got our everything. And so we make our way to check out. And we're in Walmart. It's a fairly busy time of day. It's a Saturday mid-morning. A lot of people there. But I had enough vegetables that I said, I'm going to go old school, like we're in the 90s, and I want an actual human being to ring these up. I don't want to type in cucumbers, how much do they, I don't want to do it myself. Somebody's going to have to do it for me in this case. Won't be me doing it. So Walmart, and this particular Walmart, in their infinite wisdom, they had 3 human beings working in the checkout area. And, 50 robots if you wanted to scan it yourself, but 3 actual living, breathing, carbon-based life forms that would actually do this for me, which is what I needed and wanted. So we go to check out, and I just picked the shortest of the 3 lines. I'm like, okay, the third one that's clearly the shortest line, that's the one we're getting into. My boy and we get in line. Shortly thereafter, we're sort of, people get behind us in line. Then we're in the row between the Kardashian magazines and the Snickers bars, and we are there. Like, we're not going anywhere. We are committed to this line at the Walmart. And my son's excited, right? Because he's going to be knee deep in dog poop here in a minute. As soon as we can get this game purchased, get through this line, he's got serious business to attend to when we get home. So I didn't do the math when we got in the line on how many items are in everyone's cart. I just didn't do it. I just looked for the shortest line, got in that line, and all of a sudden, of course, we have the lady in front of me. I look at her cart, and it is filled, overfilled. I would say filled to capacity, but that would be misleading because it was over capacity. You're thinking WrestleMania 3, the Detroit Superdome, in terms of attendance. That's what we're looking at in terms of this shopping cart and the items in it. So I'm like, well, they have 3 human beings. I'm sure the person working the cashier is going to be just blazing through this. They're going to do the math themselves. They'll recognize, okay, yeah, we don't have a ton of time. We got to move. We got to move. We got hundreds of people in this Walmart. There's only 3 of us doing the checking out. We got to move. We got to. So my eyes move over to the teenage girl that is doing the checking out, the cashiering, as it were. And she ain't moving, folks. She's got earbuds in or some sort of Bluetooth earbud situation going on. She's listening, hopefully, to the Red Glare podcast, nodding along silently to our discussion on Damian Pierce from last week. I don't know what she's listening to, but her name is Brittany. And Brittany, I gather, doesn't really care how long it takes for any given customer to move through the line because she's got to be there. She's got to be there till 3 o'clock. So who gives a crap if it's the 50th customer she's seen today or the 5th? Doesn't matter. So Brittany is taking each item, a little piece of makeup, scan, pull the bag open, put the little lipstick in the bag. Next item. All right, some shoelaces. We're going to do that. Some batteries. We're going to do that. So she's taking her sweet time, and I start to have like a moment of panic because there is so much stuff in this lady's cart. I'm not kidding. It's the most stuff I've ever seen in a grocery cart. It defies logic. It defies reason. You wouldn't think that much stuff. My first thought was this lady has stolen a credit card, and she knows she only has an hour before the rightful owner of that card cancels it. But while she has it, let's get one of everything at this Walmart. One of every item. Every single item. So she's working her way, Brittany, the cashier, working her way one at a time. One at a time. And I'm like, I'm trapped now. I have already invested so much time into this line, into this strategy. And it was because I didn't want to weigh my own cucumbers. And then your brain starts going like, okay, it would be awkward to force people, other human beings that are behind me in line, to back out of the line so that I can go and weigh my own cucumbers. That would be weird to do. But at a certain point, you're doing the math. You're like, all right, I've invested this much time. Now, how much time would that take? And then at a certain point, you're like, I would have been gone by now. I would have been long gone. I would have been in the car. We would have been home. Then my son would be knee deep in dog crap right now if I had just weighed my own cucumbers. But I didn't. I didn't weigh my own cucumbers. And now I'm not going to let Brittany beat me. I will get through this lane. How long does it take to weigh cucumbers? 2 minutes? I'm in this line 45 minutes, people. No exaggeration. A long time. So long that my wife, who is at home, God bless her, she's at home, and she texted me at a certain point like, hey, you need me to come pick up the boy? Or you guys okay out there? And I'm like, yeah, we're good. We're good. We're doing it. We're getting through. So eventually, the woman who didn't buy anything of significance, I'm looking, it's a bunch of small items. They added up to $381.96. We're talking t-shirts. We're talking shoes. We're talking food items. We're talking whatever random stuff, a filter, whatever random thing you can think of. She had one of them, at least one. $382 worth of random knickknacks, tchotchkes. And so my son at one point, he's like, are we ever going to get out of this line? Like, I have a dog poop game, for God's sake. And I understood where he was coming from. And eventually, Brittany finished with the lady, got my stuff at the same exact speed. Luckily, I didn't have that much stuff. I had some cucumbers. I had a dog poop game. I didn't have a lot of stuff. And so she goes through her business. That's all done. We're done. We go get my car. We leave. And I start thinking about how we watched Davis Mills play quarterback on Friday night. And he looked a lot like a lot of offenses that the Texans have rolled out in previous years. And not in a good way. And I thought, the McNair family have been the Walmart Britneys of my life since 2002. And I have been standing in line, waiting for them to do their jobs, show some urgency, appreciate that I've been waiting this whole time, with a kid, for God's sake. And Brittany McNair is of no, I don't matter to her. And I have no ability to make her go, do it faster. So it occurs to me, if you are in the same boat as I am, know that you're not alone. You're also in line with me. We're both aware that we're in line. We know we're waiting. We know there's nothing we can do about it. We know it's the only place in town you can get an oil change and a cucumber. We know that. Everyone knows that. Brittany knows that. So just know that you're not alone. We're in this together. We're in the Walmart line of Texans fandom together.